Yo, so man, aside from the FBI gambling scandal, which put the spotlight on Terry Rozier, unfortunately, and Chauncey Billups, well, because of the whole poker thing. Aside from the multitude of news surrounding LeBron James and his sciatica injury, maybe he's injured, maybe he's not. According to Russell Westbrook, he's not even a real person. He's fake, phony. Aside from that, aside from I don't know, Draymond Green's antics. I mean, the NBA season has gotten off to a great start. Speaking of Draymond, to be clear, I don't think that Draymond's a bad person. Well, I mean, I don't really know him as a person. I don't think he's like a scumbag. But sometimes his passion for the game of basketball and his mindset and mentality that swirls around on the inside of him and manifests itself on the outside, man, can cause destruction and damage, not just to the game, but also to the people that he's playing with. And sometimes, man, whatever's popping around in his head, it isn't necessarily the best for the product of the NBA overall. And so, unpopular opinion, and maybe just maybe, I can't even believe that I'm about to say this, but perhaps it's time for the NBA to blacklist Draymond. Let's talk about it.
Yo, what's good, everybody? My name is Cosmic, and I want to welcome you to my channel, Opinion Stated, where I give unfiltered, opinionated sports takes. Let's go.
Yo, what's good, everybody? My name is Cosmic. I want to welcome you back to my channel, Opinion Stated, and I've got such a phenomenal episode planned for you today. If you've already seen the thumbnail, if you watched that intro, you know exactly what direction we're headed into. I'm talking about an action-packed show and a show full of so many different elements. Trust me, this is going to be one of the best episodes that I've ever produced, I assure you. But before I dive deeply into this content, do me a huge favor, like the video if you haven't done so already. Liking the video helps us cruise along Algorithm Avenue, helps us get into the presence of individuals just like yourself who might be interested in this kind of content. Also, subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel, clicking that notification bell helps you to be notified as to when my newest episodes are uploaded. You know what I'm saying? So definitely take care of that right now. Without further ado, that's motherfucking Draymond Green. Let me start by saying again and reiterating, I do not have a problem with Draymond Green. Most people love to jump in the comments every time I share an opinion about something, or as I'm just sharing an opinion, bro. I'm not sharing it out of malice. I'm sharing it out of observation. And so Draymond Green, a lot of times, man, it appears to be out of fucking control. You know what I'm saying? Just an emotional wreck all over the place, or just I can understand him being a ball of energy. I can understand and respect the passion that he plays with and all that stuff, bro. As a ball player, I know his motor is nonstop also. His you know what I mean? His drive, his will, his passion. I love it. It's beautiful. But if you don't temper it in some ways, then it can get out of hand. And sometimes it looks like, man, the dude's just out of hand. The shit just gets out of control, as in this footage that I'm about to run here in just a second. But it is not a stretch to say that Draymond Green sometimes doesn't make the best decisions on the basketball court. And I know that a lot of times things happen in a split second. And it's like, man, bro, you only got like a couple seconds to think. But some of the things that he does, you know, if you played sports, man, you understand. There's some rules that are unspoken that we don't even have to talk about. When a player is in the act of shooting, you just got to let it go. Gotta let it go. Otherwise, you risk hurting that player and yourself trying to make a play on a ball that there's no way. A strip, you know what I mean? Or attempt at a strip or anything like that. Like, I can understand those, you know, but we've seen players out of control diving for balls that they shouldn't be dead. And I can understand trying to get on the floor, but it's like, come on, bro. That have led to injuries for the other players. So quick word, and then I'll come back and I'll get to the next segment of the game plan.
Looking for the perfect gift? Man, have I got just a thing for you. Nothing says I like you or I love you more than a sweat hood. And fellas, you know, man, your lady's gonna love it. In fact, man, she's gonna wear it more than you wear it. So do yourself a favor. Grab one for yourself if you're your favorite person, and grab two.
So yeah, man, I know you see it. I hadn't said anything about it. And get you one. You know what I'm saying? Get you one. And so again, I'm going to share this footage right here. And so as we look at this footage that I'm going to share, I want to set the footage up first before we go into it by saying that this footage is from the Memphis Grizzlies and Golden State game a few nights ago, where the video footage will show that Draymond Green, while attempting to, get back into the play and stop a fast break, commits a foul on Santi Aldama, which, well, you be the judge. So here you see Draymond, man, trailing a play. He just tries to make a play on the ball. He absolutely does. Absolutely tries to catch the player. So some people might say, come on, bro. That man's on the ground. He's acting. He's trying to sell it. Might be. But it could be a bit egregious as well, as viewed. And you just look at Draymond. He is, man. He is making a play on the ball, or he is making an attempt. But see, he puts that big mitten on Santi Aldama's shoulder. He puts that big mitten right there on Santi Aldama's shoulder. That is problematic. That's problematic. The man's got to break away to the basket, bro. So if you can't wrap him up before he takes flight and do so in a safe way to prevent the basket, putting your hand on their shoulder ain't the way. You're going to hurt that man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could hurt you doing the same thing. That's not cool, bro. And hoopers know. You know what I mean? Like hoopers know. You don't do no shit like that, bro. It's not cool. And so, again, this man had a breakaway, a layup here. You got to let that go. Otherwise, it leads to the flagrant foul, which rightfully it should have led to the flagrant foul. And so, again, people, man, are going to say,
well, his arm came around. He was making a play on the ball. It's clear. You guys are just haters, man. Y'all don't know ball. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all just like overreacting over every little thing and whoop-de-wop.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, because that's not what's happening here. You know what I mean? If you've ever actually hooped and don't just claim to understand hoops, then bro. Draymond's, he's saying that's soft as shit. I get it. A lot of times we're complaining that, things are soft, but he's saying, bro, that's soft as fuck, bro. That's soft as fuck. Like, let us play. That's soft as fuck. No, it's not, bro. It's not. Unless you're in prison. I play in prison. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that it's a little bit different from playing under organized whistle, etc. But then he goes a bit further as the refs are trying to restrain things and start telling Jaren Jackson Jr., who's concerned about his teammates, shut the fuck up. Shut up, nigga. Shut up. Shut up. It's like, what? Shut up. Shut up. Man, this dude's out of control. And so that's the kind of things that I'm saying. Like, you can realize that you've made a mistake and you still don't have to carry it as far as sometimes Draymond's energy goes. Now, I can understand him being, a guy who's going to stand on business and he's going, like not going to let nobody try to disrespect him and all these things. And he probably thinks that he did the right thing because he made a swipe at the ball without considering that big mitten on Santi Aldama's shoulder right there. That big mitten on his shoulder, bro. Yeah, you got the arm up to make this swipe, but bro, you could have hurt this guy. You could have hurt him. So you're in the wrong. Defending yourself while in the wrong, it's a slippery slope, bro. It's a slippery slope, bro. That's all I'm saying. And so to prevent these kinds of things, obviously, is important in a game like this. But not just the prevention of it. You know what I mean? It's being accountable. It's having some accountability as well, man, when you realize that you've done a thing. So you don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, and I get it. In Draymond's defense, he did with his right hand make a swipe at the ball, which he did, which we can see on the replay here. And he did also likewise try to help Santi Aldama, like try to pad his fall a little bit. He's trying to catch him like, whoa, bro, I want to make sure that so it's almost like, it's like, yeah, I'm making a play. I'm being aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, you're in the moment. And so he's still like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what I mean? Even though it's too late. Hit that body momentum, his body crashing into Santi Aldama's body, like the whole, not pause. You know what I mean? But that momentum it was just too much to stop. But he did make an attempt at least, right? And so, like I said, man, it is what it is. When you got the crowd going, and you know what I mean, you plan it up. He's a basketball player. You know what I mean? He's also a character, so he's doing his thing. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just all the extra. Now, I'm not saying he needs to be suspended for being Draymond Green. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying like his actions after the fact are the worst. I just, it's this, you know what I mean? Like, it's that disturbs me. It's the fans like, like getting a kick out of it. You know, because those smiles and those ha and pointing don't, that doesn't look just like, oh, look at Draymond. You know what I mean? It almost looks kind of buffoonish. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I just want to kind of avoid, or would like to avoid, that kind of, you know what I mean, a way of looking at, you know, what's taking place, man. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Draymond's a character, man. Draymond, it is what it is. Draymond is who he is. But at this point, as I say that, even Draymond has given us a body of work and a history that we can go back and look at, a file, a really, really thick file that we can go back and look at, that suggests that, you know what I mean, these kinds of things are, you know, can kind of paint him to look like a dirty player. And a lot of times it's hard to argue against that being the case. Now, I'm not saying he does this kind of thing every game. Clearly he doesn't. I watched the game last night against the Clippers, and he had no issues from what I saw that were along these lines. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, am I saying what I'm saying about Draymond because I dislike him or because I hate him? No, I'm not. Am I saying that, you know what I mean, like I want Draymond to be blacklisted because, you know what I mean, like I want to fuck with his money and, you know what I mean? No, I'm not. But I'm saying if you can't tighten it up, bro, then maybe it's time for us to move on. It's time for us to move on from this old guard completely in this NBA, man. Let these young boys have the game. Let them do something different with it than you guys have had your time to do with, if you're just going to continue to show us these kinds of antics, man. That's all I'm saying. And so, too, brother Draymond Green, come here, bro. Just come to the front of the congregation. Let me talk to you. As a matter of fact, I ain't even going to say, just listen to this.
What did you do? What did you prove? What did you do? Bitch ass nigga, what did you do? What did you prove? What did you do? Bitch ass nigga, what did you do?
Tighten up, bro. That's it, man. You know what I mean? That's it. That's all we are asking. So again, this is not to be disparaging of Draymond in that regard. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to fuck with his money, or I'm just hating on him, or I just don't want to see him in the NBA anymore. But if you can't tighten up, then, man, maybe blacklisting you is the best option at this point. So all I'm saying. That's all. And so I am going to leave it right there, man. That has been the basis of this episode. I don't know what your thoughts are or your opinions are, but I do invite you to share them in the comment section. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Let's argue a little. Let's agree. Let's disagree. It's okay. Either way, it's not going to make or break anybody's world if we have alternate views, but maybe your perspective might help to shed some light on where I might be a bit closed-minded in my opinions. And I'm here for that too. Like the video if you haven't done so already. Also subscribe to the channel. Absolutely look forward to catching you guys in the next episode. Cannot wait. Take care of yourselves. Until then, blessings.